Yeah, guys. Yeah, my ancestors knew, obviously, that they knew who they were dealing with. Guys, it don't really take long. Even if you kind of a low IQ person or whatever, it don't take long to realize with a number of years of experience in life, like who's telling lies. One thing I often notice is that I could talk to different souls and they all be telling the same lie. They don't even have to know each other. Like connecting the dots is like they all do the same thing. They make excuses. They'll ghost you and they'll say the same thing. It's the chain gang. They'll say the same thing the other one's saying, but they don't know that that basically what you listening to or reading is the same exact thing that you didn't heard from some karmic the day before. It's amazing how they all do the same thing. I mean, it's a similar thing when you're talking about righteous people. I mean, if you talk to an anointed person or a righteous person, then they're gonna say the same things. You understand what I'm saying? But just getting back to my ancestors and why they wanted to leave me an inheritance, I'm pretty sure they went over every single person in the family that they could, and they just kept, no matter who name came up, it was karmic, karmic, karmic. Then when it came up to my name, they thought about how everybody kept coming to them, telling them stuff about me. But then I remember, guys, I will call my grandparents on the phone every now and then and just talk to them like I'm talking to y'all on YouTube. I talk to everybody the same way, the same exact way. I don't have no ulterior motives. I'll call you up. I'll talk to you. I talk about my car. I'll talk about, you know, traveling or living place. I talk to people with no ulterior motives. But people for some reason, like I told y'all, they believe the lie is the truth, and the truth is a lie. So when I'm being like straight up upfront with people in my original self and authentic, they think I'm up to something. But that's only projection because they the ones who up to something. They the ones who been living false double lives their whole lives. It's sick because when you have motherfuckers doing this in their 40s and 50s and 60s, it's like, man, you ain't learned yet, man. It doesn't pay just to be low down. Like it just don't get you nowhere. A lot of these people too could be well paid if they just stop fucking, doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? Just stop trying to go along, get along. Stop trying to. They'll lie because everybody else lies. Well, I'm gonna be a liar too. Everybody else lies. I've never been that way. I've always been my authentic self. And like I said, I used to call my grandparents up and I talked to them for about. Sometimes it'd be anywhere, like sometimes it'd be 30 minutes, 45 minutes of me talking, and I didn't even know that they was critiquing me like that. I would just be talking to them exactly how I'm talking to y'all about the same things. And they knew by that one comment. Think about it, guys. They knew by just a few conversations here and there that I was the real fucking deal. They said nobody can talk like that. Matter of fact, the people in the family that they spent more time talking to than me, they knew that they was a piece of shit. And then so I would have a conversation with them. And then next thing you know, maybe a few months down the road, they'll have a conversation with somebody else in the family. And then they'll notice how that family member bring my name up. And they just put two and two together. Like, why does everybody keep bringing this motherfucker and slanging his name in the mud? Because when I spoke to him a few months ago, this dude, he sounded like the real. They knew that people was slant. They knew that guy. You don't have to be the smartest cat out here to know when somebody's fucking bullshitting, man. When somebody's telling lies, when somebody's throwing slandering, throwing people's name in the mud. Because I'm pretty sure they start noticing things with them that wasn't adding up. Like, again, man, I just spoke to him the other day. He sounded like an outstanding dude. I mean, guys, can you imagine what I talked about within that 30 minutes, those conversations I had with my grandparents? We talked about religion. I talked to him about my goals, my future. And then it was laughing. Like I tell her, they'll make a joke. Excuse me, and they'll say, like when somebody laughing, when somebody ain't fake laughing. I truly had genuine, authentic conversations with my grandparents, even though I wasn't in their life like that. Matter of fact, when they was talking to me, it was almost like they felt like they wasn't even talking to a family member because there was so many karmics in a family that when they talked to me, it was like, damn, it's like you're not even part of the family. Like you sound like somebody who really fucking out that. And then once again, a few months later, here they go talking to the Carmicks and the family again, and they go a different person talking shit about slandering my name. They just put two. Why is everybody talking shit about this individual that sound like the most best person I've ever heard in my whole life? Didn't have no ulterior motives. Laughed it up with me. Talked to me like a friend, not a grandparent. I talked to them like they was a friend. I gotta go, guys, but that's what it was with me, y'all. That's why they wanted it to go to me.